Er ist eine riesige Figur, der Kevin Klein. Er ist ein Haudegen, ein Krieger und vor allem hat er viel Charisma. Er hat 700 NHL-Spiele für Nashville und New York Rangers auf dem Buckel. Seit letzter Saison ist er bei der ZSC Lions, ist Meister und Playoff-MVP geworden. Und eigentlich hat er dann seine Karriere beenden.
You find how you can lead and be a voice, and you fit in and you share your wealth of knowledge and your experience.
Er hat gleich weitergemacht. Zum Glück, sonst hätten wir ihn ja gar nicht mehr treffen. Ja, das ist er, der Kevin Klein. Er ist nicht nur Hockeyspieler, sondern auch noch ein riesiger Klütterer. Alte Autos restaurieren, Mannschaftsbus pimpen oder Messer schmieden. Er kann's. Wir haben eine Werkstatt organisiert für das Gespräch. Er soll sich ja eigentlich wie zu Hause fühlen. I saw you working on your knife, and it's really just tutorial work. Where you got this all from?
Yeah, until today, I guess, which is nice having someone who knows what he's doing and can correct your mistakes and teach you things at the same time. I work on a lot smaller anvil. I don't have a coal forge. I don't have a power hammer. So it's just me in the front yard banging away and making mistakes and probably doing things backwards, but eventually you get there and then you take out your imperfections on the grinder. Mm-hmm. But I do a lot more grinding than coming to something like this where you can forge properly.
You love woodwork, you love metal work, you love working on cars. How did you become this handyman?
I just, things you enjoy, it's tough to explain sometimes. They just grab a hold of you. But my dad was always very hands-on, doing everything around the house. He was our handyman. So it's probably part genetics, part just my inquisitive nature. I've always loved to work with my hands.
Is it all things that fascinate you, or?
Yeah, I don't have I'm been mainly knife making. I'm not a knife collector. I actually haven't made one for myself. I make them for people, for fun. I love the craft more than anything. But when I'm online looking at videos of these guys, it's not one thing. It's just seeing these masters at work and enjoying the process and the history.
Voila! You're wandering around the world as a hockey player. Do you miss having a home sometimes and organize your shop with all your metalwork stuff?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I came over to Switzerland as a transition. Originally, just to have more time with family and sleep in my own bed every night, not all over North America. And now you get to a point where you're like, okay, you can see you know, I could play maybe a few more years. I think I have it in me, but mentally, you look forward to a lot of things, and letting my creative self come out, my wife being able to do her stuff, and the kids having a solid home for once. So giving that to them and myself and my wife is very, that's kind of where I come from now.
It feels like that it is a definite my career will stop after this season. What did hockey give you?
The ability to change what I'm doing when I want, so I'm thankful for that, obviously. I moved away from when I was 15, and that's all I've known. So in that sense, it's a little scary, but at the same time, it's exciting. Like I haven't been this excited to do something in a long time. So to be able to, as you're young, you don't really think about it. You just kind of go, and people say, oh, you can make a good living doing this, and and you meet lots of good people, and you have fun competing, and I've always been a competitor. So will that be hard? Probably. And the team atmosphere is big, because it's tough to replicate that after your career. But I know what I like to do. I know that I'm able to do it soon, and that's exciting too.
Mm-hmm. You've worked in a team for years. Will you miss this team spirit?
Oh yeah, definitely. I told my wife that she better be used to me like making fun of her, and
because there are no teammates.
Because there's no teammates to like joke around and do all the silly, funny stuff and the jokes. And I think every guy, that's the first thing they talk about. They talk about missing the guys in that atmosphere and the different personalities. You think about how many people you've been around and how many people you experience from different parts of the world, and it's always been really exciting.
Will you miss competition? Will you miss pressure?
Well, there's a lot of pressure in blacksmithing.
I've learned that.
One wrong move and you can really mess something up. But yeah, I probably will miss it. You never know until, like I said, it's the one thing I've known since I was, a teen. And a lot of times, as a hockey player, and in North America, we were going all year round on the ice, workout. In Switzerland, you don't really skate. They don't have ice in the summers, but for us, everything was spread out, and you go back and it's hockey all the time. Mm-hmm. So to not have to think about that and be able to do things for myself will be really exciting.
So an afternoon like this is also a good distraction for the head? Yeah.
I mean, I don't really take hockey home with me that much. So my wife is...
You've never had?
No, not really. When I go home, I like to be with my family. I don't watch hockey. I don't talk about hockey. My wife, she enjoys coming to games, but she's the same. So we can go for hikes and do yoga, spend time with the kids, and experience everything Switzerland right now has to offer. Go to the mountains, Winterthur Skills Park for the kids. There's so much to do, and that's nice. I'm just gonna focus on one area.
You got one job, brushing. Sorry.
First curl. It's a little to the right or left, or however you want to look at it. Now we're talking. Great job. What a sidekick.
If your sons would draw a picture of you and we would compare it with the picture that people know you on the ice, what would be the biggest difference? Is there any difference at all?
Me off the yeah. I don't get angry. I don't get angry off the ice at all, really.
Not at all. Even if they provoke.
No, I mean the kids know you have to that I'm my wife and I are the boss and we're firm, but no, I'm steady, a rock. My wife likes to call me, and she can lean on me, and but yeah, we don't argue, fight, so it's nice. But I think when you're competing in that environment on the ice, it brings the fire out of fire out of a relatively quiet person, because I'm not the most vocal guy outside the hockey rink. When I get around the guys, I am a little more. They'll probably tell you that, but yeah, it's there's a hockey Kevin and a regular Kevin for sure.
A regular Kevin,
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
You're looking into a bright future with you being a retired hockey player, having a wonderful shop for your woodwork, for your metalwork. Will you cry one tear when you put your stick away?
No, I won't because it's been a very great experience. It's just run its course, and I've got a few months left to really enjoy it and give everything I have, and hopefully win again, because last year was a really nice experience. And then just look forward to the future. But it'll be nice being on my own plan and not having to think about where we're moving. When we have to leave Canada, and we can kind of just settle in on the land.
No more nomadic lifestyle anymore.
It's gonna be. Who knows? We might not enjoy it that much. We're not used to it. So I hope we do.
There must be 1,000 things on your homeworking king bucket list. Can you give us a few examples on what you want to do when you have this never-ending time?
Oh man, I want to become a better blacksmith. Mm-hmm. I've started a car business that will be up and running soon, so I'd like to apprentice there too. I've always had some classic cars. I've started collecting a few a little while ago, and I'd want to be able to work on every aspect of those, so apprentice in that. So I'll be around the shop. I'll still be working in a sense, but only a few days a week, and really enjoying it, taking that on. So, I mean, there's lots of stuff I want to do, and there's lots of stuff my wife want to do, and we just have to balance it. So it'll be nice. Looks pretty good. Beautiful. Here we go.
So-
Blade time.
Blade time!
I love it. It's something that, I mean, a little experience. It's something I've never done before, some twists, some bends. So this is all knowledge that I didn't have before, and I'm very thankful to Bruno, obviously. So I'm hoping to come back and maybe, learn some more things. So thank you. I appreciate. Danke vielmals.
Danke vielmals. Very nice. So it was today your first curl, your first bend, and your first twist.
Twist.
That's what you learned today, basically?
Yeah, it sounds like some dance moves, but it's this beautiful thing came out of it, and I mean, 3-4 hours, and it's amazing what you can make.
Und sonst so, Kevin?
Shop it, nicht alles. Do it yourself.